Well, it's morning. It's about 20 after 5. Loons woke me up. It's an awful nice morning, so we get up and get some coffee going and decide if we're going to pack up and move camp or not. All right, all packed up here. Made the decision to try and get one of the lean-tos on the next pond. They're calling for thunder showers this evening, tomorrow, and potentially Monday for my way out. So unfortunately, I'm going deeper in, so I can't really pack out that tarp, but somebody should probably do that. I did take down the some of the bench there. If you're into bushcrafty type stuff and you want to build things like this, that's cool, but in my opinion, you should dismantle them before you leave. And the only thing on these kind of campsites I want to find is that fire ring and some firewood. So there's still plenty of firewood left. There's some birch bark stuffed under that bench there, and this was a really nice campsite. I might visit it again. But everything's down at the boat here, so we're headed down to the boat. I hopefully got the GoPro straightened out, so I'm going to try and get a little paddling footage with that on the way out here quickly, and then hopefully some more throughout the weekend. But just a couple things left to throw in the boat, and I don't know if they show up on the screen, but the Blackflies are out already. It's a little after 7. Still pretty cool, but it's going to be a hot one again today, so get going early, get over that portage trail, and hopefully grab one of the lean-tos. All right, get to it. All right, I think we're in business here. Don't really need the glasses yet. They sure do help with the Blackflies. We don't have a very far paddle here, so, but I might as well throw a line in the water since I'm rigged up here. Didn't have any luck with this last night. A wabbler, big copper wabbler. Woolly booger. We'll see what happens this morning. Whew, these Blackflies are something. Hopefully one of the lean-tos at least is unoccupied. It is Saturday morning, so you never can tell back here. But, I don't know, weather forecast, there was just not a lot of people out. I have not seen, other than one person on the other side of this portage back in the other pond, I saw one person out in a canoe day paddling, and that's it. You know, last year I was up here, I think the first or second week of June, and by Friday I think all the campsites on the pond that I'm going to were taken. So I'm taking a little bit of a risk here, giving up this nice campsite. Oh, and there's, speaking of that, there's somebody there. They must have portaged in here. So we'll have to go see what they have to say. All right, we're on the second leg of the portage here. I took my pack and most of my gear up the first trip. Came back here for the boat. This portage is about half as far as the one I did yesterday, and it's quite a bit flatter. So be over at the destination pond. I did talk to somebody back on the one I stayed last night. He came in this morning from the pond I'm headed to, and he did say that there was people at both the lean-tos. So we'll see when we get over here. He did say there was other empty campsites, but we'll see what we can find when we get there. As I almost dropped the camera here, we're back just about at the end of the portage. You can see water down there. And yeah, so we're almost through with this one. Man, doing it early in the morning was way better than doing it in the afternoon because it's warm right now. I'm sweating, but yesterday was just brutal. So pack's a little bit lighter today. You know, ate some food last night, coffee and so forth. So some of the consumables got used up. And yeah. It's a bit of a chore here. I just wanted you guys to see some of the terrain that you gotta carry all your stuff through. All right, there's the water right down there. I'm gonna get right back with you when we get down there. Whew. All right, there's the boat there in the water in the pond behind me. You can see it. But man, I am sweating. So for those of you that are the uninitiated here to backcountry canoe travel, a portage or portage is when you basically got to carry all of your stuff, including your boat, in between two bodies of water across the trail. So this area that I'm in, the St. Regis canoe area, is basically all series of little ponds and lakes and streams and stuff that are connected by these portage trails. And when I say I double carried the portage, what that means is I took my pack and some of my gear and I walked the mile and I dropped it at the end, and then I walked the mile back and I got my boat and the rest of my gear and I walked a mile back. So on a 1 mile portage, I actually walked 3 miles carrying gear or a boat and stuff the whole time. This one was about half a mile, so I did about 1.5 miles here real quick, relatively flat. Again, the pack was a little lighter this morning and it's going to be a lot lighter going out on Monday morning. So we're here now. Again, the gentleman I spoke to that had just come through this carry over to the pond where I spent the night said that the lean-tos were taken, but maybe people are leaving. Maybe I don't know. We'll check it out and see. Fingers crossed. If not, you know, I'll go snag another campsite and set my tarp up again. Not a big deal. All right, let's get back in the boat. I got to change my shoes here, load everything back up, and we're off. All right. Finally found a campsite here. I paddled around the whole dang pond, and both lean-tos are indeed occupied. So you can see there's our campsite here. Some massive trees in here. That one there got struck by lightning. I don't know if you can see the spiral crack going, the top's blown out of it. This guy here broke off at some point. Got this massive white pine, which top broke out of. And then, I don't know if you can see that, put my paddle down here, this pale one with no bark on it. That's another big dead white pine, probably got hit by lightning. And then lastly, this other massive one with a hemlock tree growing right out of the base of it almost. And that one still got the top in it. So some beautiful big pines and hemlocks back in here. The fire pit is pretty full of ashes. And there was some trash left. I'll do some picking up. There's a piece of wood here. Got a grill grate. The Thunderbox is in good shape and not full, so that's good. There is a fair bit of firewood here. I'll have to look around for some birch bark, but I was worried about the firewood because we left a good bit where we were at. There's a bunch over here too, so I think we'll be good on firewood. And we're fairly protected in here with those white pines. I think where I'm gonna be right over here, I've been looking around trying to find a spot to put the hammock, and the only spot that I can come up with here that's, to me, is safe is gonna be from this tree to that tree right there. So I'm gonna be right on the edge of the water looking out of my hammock out at the water there. And the reason I'm doing that, because I wanted to come over here and put it from this little tree right there to this tree here, but we've got this big dead nasty thing right there, and I don't really know which direction it wants to fall, and it could, you know, get me in here potentially. I mean, probably not, and maybe I'll end up putting my tarp here instead. It's a little bit further back off the water and still pretty protected, but we'll see. You worry about stuff like that when you camp. You should always be looking up, you know, at these big dead trees. One of those comes down in the night on you and somebody else will find you squashed. All right, so I'm gonna get things unloaded, start getting set up, and probably get something to eat here pretty soon. All right, there we are. Not exactly the Taj Mahal lean-to I was hoping for, but you got this giant white pine behind me here and a bunch of hemlocks around, so I should be pretty sheltered with if it rains. And this side here, I can pull that right down tight. So the wind's gonna come across this way, and I think it'll work out pretty good. Hammock set up nice and comfy. And there's a little shot there. And we can see there's the water right there. So I am literally like waterside. But got camp set up here. We're gonna keep getting settled in, probably get some water filtering going and eat something. Deal with the fire pit, get ready to cook on that. Blackflies are out, so I got my head net on right now, but all right, I'll keep getting settled in here and back with you soon. All right, I just finished cleaning out the fire pit here to a point where it's at least usable. And I just wanted to kind of touch on that again. Boy, it just drives me nuts. Somebody went to the trouble to pack in what looks to be a 12-pack or a case of beer, drank it all out here, had a great time, and then tried to burn all their cans and left a bunch of melted aluminum in a fireplace that's over full of ashes. Why? There's only one reason: pure laziness. It's the only reason you could pack in full beers but not be able to pack out the empty cans. It's absolutely ridiculous. And whoever did that, if you're watching, I hope you're ashamed. Honestly, I really do. You're probably not, and you're probably not watching, but if you are, I hope you're ashamed, and maybe you think about changing your ways in the future and leaving things a little better than what you found them. You know, there's enough trash back in here from historic times, and, you know, you've got a grill grate, some plywood, another grill grate, nails in all these trees, a Copenhagen lid. Like, what's the purpose of all this stuff? It's just laziness. You know, people, oh, they bring in this grill grate and then they don't want to carry it back out, so I'm leaving it for somebody else. Well, no, this is a wilderness area. The only thing that should be here is this fire pit and the privy up the hill. And, you know, we've got this rope here, clothesline, just this stuff left here, nails in all the trees. It really takes away from the overall wilderness feel that we're supposed to have in a place like this. So, you know, leave things better than what you found them. Pack your trash out. This stuff, fireworks. Like, what is the purpose of having this in here? You know, you're out here to enjoy nature. If you have to pound a case of beer to enjoy nature, then I don't know. Maybe you could do that at a campground, you know? Pull your camper in and hang out, have a campfire, and pound your beers. And then you can just throw the empties in a garbage can instead of leaving them out here in the middle of the woods. Anyway, that's enough of a tirade from me on dirty campsites. But anyways, gonna get something to eat now and probably take an afternoon nap. Well, I don't know if all these little bastards are gonna show up on the camera here. Maybe they are. But as you can see, I got my head net on, and there's both blackflies and the occasional mosquitoes just swarming. Not fun. Well, it's raining. This is where it would be nice to have the lean-to and have lots of room to spread my gear out and stay dry in it. Nice flat surface to set my chair on, but we're doing all right. Got all our gear under here. I processed a good pile of firewood. There was a bunch of firewood left here, just needed to be cut up, so I processed a bunch of that up and threw it under the tarp when the first rumbles of thunder started, before it started raining. So this is the view out from under the tarp. It's not the greatest with that brush there, but you can see out over the pond. I got the tarp pulled down to keep the rain from blowing in. And got my little REI chair here. Hang out, have something to eat. At least the bugs have gone away for now, because the black flies have been brutal. Yeah, it's raining pretty good. I don't know if you guys can hear the thunder, but I'll be warm and dry under my tarp here, and hopefully it'll go out, and then we'll get some fishing in this evening. Maybe it'll turn the fishing on. We'll see. All right. Well, here's my lunch set up in the rain. I got that piece of backstrap left from yesterday, perfectly cooked, as you can see. Oh, that's lovely. And some tortillas and some mozzarella cheese. So I made myself a little lunch wrap there, shaved steak. Got my jug of water, filled up my water bottle, and waiting out the rain. Yeah, I'm staying pretty dry under here. Still raining. Gotta be close to 6 o'clock now. Making some dinner here under the tarp. Got some Nor's chicken fried rice. I'm gonna throw one of these in there, and that'll be my dinner tonight. And yeah, every time I wanted to go out fishing here, it started thundering, so I didn't want to chance it. So, hanging out here under the tarp, wishing I had a lean-to, but still got a bunch of dry firewood and lots of food, way too much food. So hopefully the rain will slow up and give me a chance to actually use the stupid frying pan that I brought and cook a bunch of this food up so that I don't have to carry it out. But all right, I'm gonna get to making my dinner here, and I don't know how much more I'll film tonight because there's not much going on, but we'll see. All right, finally got the GoPro working, and ooh, that's a little foggy. I know most people out there are probably using double-bladed paddles for their solo boats, but I actually bought this boat and designed it with the sit-on bottom seat and the foot braces to be paddled with a kayak paddle, but once I paddled it with one of these, this carbon bench shaft, boy, especially for trolling, you don't really need to go fast. So, all right, we'll get out past this point here in the deep water and a couple lines out. Should have brought the lens cloth with me. Boy, that made it worse. Sun's trying to break through over there. don't see anybody else up and about yet. Let's see how that does. I don't have rod holders yet for this boat, but I may eventually. Okay, we'll get another line out here. I wouldn't think after the rain that fish would be all excited. It's overcast, dropping barometer. I don't know. I can never figure these trout out. Well, the rain let up, and I thought maybe I'd sneak out a little bit and go fishing. It's almost dark now. I made one pass down around the pond and got to the other end and turned around and realized, man, it's pretty dark over there. And then a couple flashes of lightning hit, and I thought, geez, I better reel up my lines and get the heck out of here. So I did a little canoe sprint from there back to camp here, and figured since the rain's off, I'd get a little fire going. I got plenty of firewood, so got a little fire going. I don't know how well the camera will do with this here. It looks good in the viewfinder, but I made it back here. And man, there was some big flashes of lightning off this way. It's about one of the more nervous times I've been in a canoe on the water. There's been a few others, but it's probably one that I was a little careless about. But it is awful nice right now. I got my little LED lantern here, lighting up the camp. Hammock's all kind of tucked up and away in there. And there's my gear all laid out. Everything stayed dry. Tarp's doing well. So hopefully this turns out okay on the video. My water jug and stuff there. And yeah, there's the boat back over here. Definitely a very waterside campsite for this one. Actually, both of them were, but this one on my tarp there, literally right on the water. The loons. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. Well, it's got a potential to be a really nice campsite if they clean up some of these dead snags in here. So yeah, I'm just gonna hang out by my little fire for a little bit, and plan is to go to bed pretty early and get up pretty early and do a bunch of pond hopping and fishing. Hopefully, you know, rain will be fine, but hopefully the lightning and thunder holds off. There's a couple different ponds within short carry of here that I'd like to hit, so we'll see how it goes. All right, we'll see you in the morning. Well, hey, good morning there. It's about 5 o'clock. And I got the coffee going here, some stuff set up. There's the water. And of course there's camp set up. So I'm gonna get some coffee going here and get moving for the day. We're gonna get out early and fish on this pond. It's not raining. So we're gonna get out early and fish on this one. And then come back and have a big breakfast, get rid of a bunch of food, and then head back out for the day. And like I said, try and jump to some of these other ponds and maybe catch some fish or just do some exploring. So that's the plan for today, up early and at 'em, and we'll see what the day brings. This is my view this morning as I sit here with my coffee. It's a little after 5 now, probably quarter after, 20 after. And just gonna have my coffee here and then flip the old boat over there in the water and get out to do some fishing. So that's the plan. Lovely view in the morning though. Love to be able to sit and have the quiet and the frogs and the loons and whatever else just every morning. It'd be awful nice. So I'm sitting here finishing my coffee. I'm just about to get up and put the canoe in the water and head out fishing here. It's about 5:45. And you know, it occurred to me that I'm a pretty early riser. Not really, didn't start out that way by choice. I just jobs I've had, I always had to be there early and commute, so I always had to be up early and get there. Or for a while, I had acid reflux that would wake me up real early in the morning. So I'm in this habit of getting up, and when I say early, I mean 4:30, 5 o'clock a lot of the times, sometimes 5:30. If I sleep in past that, that's sleeping in to me. So I'm up earlier than most people, my wife included. She hates being up that early. And I love sleeping. It's not that I like getting up early necessarily. My body is just in that sort of mode of it's time to get up. But when I'm out here on vacation, you know, first of all, this vacation is, it's not what a lot of people think of when they think of vacation and rest and relaxation. And again, you guys that are doing this kind of stuff, you know what I'm talking about. This is type 2 fun. And I don't know who originated that. I heard it first on a Steve Rinella podcast, but type 1 fun is the fun like that's immediate. You know, you're out going out on a date, you're playing a game, whatever you're doing, it's fun at the time, you're laughing, having a good time, haha. Type 2 fun is fun that's not so much fun while you're doing it, but after the fact, when you tell the story about it, you're like, you know, that was fun. This is that kind of fun. For the most part. I mean, but right here, you know, I'm up early and I'm sitting here right at the shore of the lake here, pond, whatever, and I see the mist on the water. I hear the loons, the barred owls this morning, the little frogs and peepers, and different ducks and stuff coming in. And one of my favorite things in the world is being up before the sun and watching the world wake up. And this is true not only when you're out here in a place like this where it's wilderness, and this is my favorite place to watch the world wake up, but in an urban environment, it's much the same. If you get up early, and try this sometime, get up before the sunrise. Get up before the sunrise. Make yourself a cup of coffee, tea, hot chocolate, whatever you do in your morning. Get up early and just watch the sun come up. Get somewhere with a view. And if you live in a city somewhere, get somewhere where you can watch what's going on. If you live in the country, get out in your backyard or whatever. Or if you're out camping, get somewhere and just watch and listen to how things wake up. It's a pretty cool thing to do. And I think if you try it, you may not want to do it all the time, but you'll think it's pretty cool. And that's one of my favorite things about being out here, whether I'm hunting or fishing or just camping, is being up early before everybody else. It's quiet. There's, you know, nothing but the forest noise and obviously me yammering to the camera here. But yeah, it's a really cool thing to do. So anyways, I just thought I would share that thought with you guys. I'm about to throw the boat in here and do a little trolling before I come back and make a big breakfast. So we'll see if I can break my losing streak with these damn trout. I don't know. All right. Well, change of plans this morning. You can see what's behind me here, the lean-to. So there's 2 lean-tos on this pond, and I'll show you guys this one here. It's actually pretty nice, relatively new. So yeah, I went out fishing, like I said, and I was paddling down. It's kind of the other end of the pond from where I was camped. I went by here and I thought, man, there's no boat there. And I drifted a little further and looked up at the lean-to, and it's pretty hidden. I mean, the water's down here, so you really can't see up in here too much. This is up off the water compared to my other campsite, but I looked up and there didn't seem to be anybody here. There was no, you know, usually dry bags or something brightly colored, they'll hang up so you can see it. No boat. So I reeled up my lines, I pulled a Yui and landed here real quick, and empty. So I threw a few things in there, my life vest, my raincoat and stuff, and I grab my shades for the paddle back here. And then I quick ran back to my campsite and packed just about everything up. I still have the tarp up because I'm gonna go get all that firewood that I cut, because there's not a lot of dry firewood here. It looks like whoever this guy was trying to burn a lot of green shit. And you can kind of see there's a lot of green stuff and garbage. Again, we tried to burn some tin cans and plastic and glass, it looks like. So, guy that was here, thanks a lot for leaving a mess. I'll clean it up. But yeah, we're going to go grab the tarp and the firewood and come back here, probably get a fire going, and cook up a bunch of that food that I got to get rid of. And clean up this guy's mess. And enjoy the rest of my last full day here. Tomorrow we'll be waking up early and traveling because we got a lot of portage in to do to get back to the truck. So probably not going to be a super fun day tomorrow. I don't know how much footage I'll get of it, but the GoPro is still giving me fits. I got a little footage with it, but something with the SD card is messed up. It keeps saying no SD card. So I'll fiddle with that a little bit more. Hopefully I can get some footage tonight fishing, and I'm going to still try this afternoon to get over to some of these other little ponds and continue doing some fishing. So, all right, I'm going to go back and get the rest of my stuff. All right. See if this GoPro stays working. We can finally get a little footage here. I wonder if that's the other campsite right there. The other portage trail's got to be somewhere right through there.